Well, let's go, baby. Phew. We are on board the new Aprilia Tuareg 660, and it is a beast, people. Hi folks, it's Wayne, MC News. We're here today to talk about the new Aprilia Tuareg 660. This year's been a pretty great year in terms of bike releases. We've had some terrific bikes. I've been lucky enough to go on some great launches, experienced some terrific long-termers. There's been some standouts: Norden 900, Triumph, Speed Triple RR, both incredible bikes. And just when I thought I had my bike of the year pretty well locked down, Aprilia come along and they throw this thing at me. And it's quite apt that the fire pit is cranking, because this thing's smoking. It really is. It shouldn't be a surprise to those people who read my reviews and know a little bit about me in terms of why I will really like this thing. I'm a big fan of the small capacity adventure segment as a whole, dirt bike rider, etc, etc, dirt and road, plenty of experience. So this thing really appeals to me. Lightweight, nimble. It's probably not as lightweight as I had hoped it would be originally in terms of reading the spec sheet, but once you ride it, I think I say this every time, but the weight drops away. 204 kilos thereabouts, almost exactly the same weight as the elephant in the room that is the Tenere 700. We'll come back to that in a bit. Strong points. Let's talk about the strong points of this bike. It is incredibly agile and playful. Super nimble. The suspension and chassis are just magic. Right off the bat, from the factory. You don't need revalve suspension, you don't need to any of that. It is as close to perfect as you're going to get set up. The engine, I much prefer the tune of the Tuareg over the Tuono, that I thought was a little bit too snatchy. Now granted, the Tuono is 100 horsepower, this is around 82, so it's tuned down, but it is still so playful, and it's perfect. I've spent over 1,000 Ks commuting on this thing already. It's great as a commuter bike, great long distance bike. My commute's about 230 odd Ks a day, not a problem. The seat on that, it is super long and super flat, and looks like it will be hard, but it is comfy as. I don't know, it works. It really is, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, that engine is terrific in this tune, much better than the Tuono, love it. The suspension is great, no need to change anything in terms of, yeah, basically just dialed it into my settings, and it is so planted and so playful, as I said. So you know, it's a bike that you can really pick the front up, put it exactly where you want it, have total confidence, explore your own limits, explore the bike's limits, and just have fun, lay your rears back and get a bit rowdy if you want to. You know, there's hopefully some good footage this afternoon out and about playing around. We got some killer shots down my way here last week. I say my way, Anglesea, Victoria. So is it good? Yeah, I reckon it's alright. And it's, yeah, you can really get rowdy with this thing. You can do jumps, you can do skids, you can do wheelies, you can do whatever it is you want. This thing can do it. It's really user friendly, really amazing. Chassis balance, suspension package, all that, amazing. Brakes, perfect, no drama there. In fact, the rear brake is probably my favourite rear brake of any adventure bike / dirt bike / anything. It's like, at first I thought maybe it was a little bit too soft and the pedal feel might have been a bit too long, but super good feel on the dirt. Let's be honest, most rear brakes are kind of anchors in the dirt, but not this thing. It's yeah, you get a lot of feel from it. Electronics, terrific. And also everything's adjustable on the fly. You don't need to stop, you don't need to wait 3 seconds, you don't need to get off and click your heels or any of that nonsense. Simple button taps. Right hand side for your modes. You can do that on the go, you can do that even when your cruise control's on. Yeah, amazing. You can also adjust your traction control on the fly in all modes, including turning it off on off-road mode, which is great. By default, off-road mode turns rear ABS off, leaves the front on, which I prefer. You can turn it off, simple press and hold of a button. But yeah, brakes are amazing. Things that you could improve upon: adjustable screen would be nice. I would have liked it maybe a couple of inches taller on the road and a couple of inches shorter in the dirt. But yeah, there's not a heck of a lot else. Oh yeah, headlights, high beam, not amazing. At night throws a little bit of extra light out wide, doesn't really increase your viewing distance. So if you're in an area like I am where there's kangaroos, you probably want to think about spotlights from the factory. You have not a massive amount of options for tie down luggage on the back, but you can see there's a couple of bolt points there, so you know, plenty of options in terms of bolting on a rear carrier / platform. Racks for soft and hard panniers, they've got those options as well already set up and ready to go. Bash plate from the factory. So you think about it, we'll come back. So I said we come back to the Tenere, which is the elephant in the room. So I see the Tenere as a bike that's basically a basis for what you want to do. So bulletproof mechanically, but you need to dial in the suspension. You probably need to spend some money on it to actually get it to handle like you want it to handle, because it is heavy in the front and a bit of a barge off the showroom floor. This thing doesn't need anything spent on it. It is perfect, dialed in from the factory. So horses for courses, and this thing has all the electronics. Tenere doesn't really have anything. Certainly not by comparison. You think about the new bike launches or the introductions into market and how they've really sort of changed the game and moved it on, that we've seen over the past few years. And man, I reckon it's been since BMW launched the S1000RR that there's been a bike coming to market and so dramatically moved the bar forward for the segment. So for the small capacity adventure bike segment, this thing is leaps and bounds ahead of anything else available. Yep, you pay a little bit more for it, but not that much more, not really. The Tenere used to be cheap, it's not anymore. And this thing, yeah, I'm pretty confident this is my new bike of the year, pretty comfortably. I've just got to figure out how I can not give this one back. So yeah, get a ride if you can. Aprilia are doing test ride days, so yep, I can't remember how much it is. Not very much money, but you get to have an extended ride. You get to talk to a whole bunch of people, get a bit of merch thrown in as well. So I'd get along if I was you, but I would take your checkbook because you're probably going to need it. Yeah, hopefully we'll do a few more of these videos. So let me know what sort of videos you want. Do you want short little Insta snaps of, you know, me tearing it up, or do you want discussions like this talking about a bike? Do you want more technical stuff? Normally Trev does all the technical stuff pretty well, so I don't sort of cover that stuff as a rule, but let me know. Ask and you shall receive. That's probably it for today. I'm going to go and grab a beer and sit back and admire this thing and imagine what it's going to look like in my shed long term, and try and figure out how that's going to happen. It's that good, guys. It really is. Yeah, catch you next time. Wayno's bike of the year. So far, I mean, it's almost November. Not many more to come. Oh boy, how good.